The glow of the laptop screen was the only light in Mason's cramped apartment in downtown Seattle. It was 2:37 a.m., and the hum of the city outside had faded to a dull murmur. Mason Carter, a 23-year-old comp-sci dropout and self-proclaimed digital explorer, rubbed his bloodshot eyes. His fingers hovered over the keyboard, the Tor browser open to an Onion site he'd stumbled across on a sketchy X thread. The site was called Red Thread, its black and red interface stark and promising exclusive content for the curious. No paywall, no login, just a button labeled Enter. Mason wasn't a dark web newbie. He'd poked around marketplaces hawking fake IDs, lurked in hacker forums trading zero-day exploits, and even stumbled on grainy videos he regretted watching. But Red Thread felt off. The X thread, posted by a user named Nullbyte, called it a deep dive into the real shit, with warnings like, "Don't click unless you're ready to lose sleep." Mason, wired on Red Bull and chasing a thrill, clicked anyway. The site loaded sluggishly, the progress bar inching like it was pulling something heavy from the void. When it finally rendered, a chat window popped up. No username, no profile, just a blank text field and a message. Calm. Welcome, seeker. Thoughtful. Ask for what you desire. Mason snorts. Probably some edgelord running a roleplay scam. He typed, disinterested. Show me something real. The reply was instant. Challenging. You sure? A chill prickled Mason's neck. He glanced at his apartment door, confirming the deadbolt was locked. Muttering, "Screw it," he muttered, typing. Defiant. Yeah, hit me. A video feed flickered to life. Grainy, low res, like a knockoff security cam. It showed a concrete room. No windows, damp stains on the walls, a single metal chair bolted to the floor. In the chair sat a hooded figure, hands bound behind their back, chest heaving unevenly. Mason's stomach lurched. He'd seen fake snuff films before, dark web bait meant to spook amateurs. But this, the figure's shallow breaths, the faint drip of water in the audio, it felt too raw, too unpolished. A chat bubble appeared beside the video, chilling. Name a price. Mason's pulse spiked. Was this live? Some twisted auction? His curiosity screamed to dig deeper, but his gut begged him to close the tab. He typed, shocked. What is this? Cold. You wanted real. This is real. Threatening. Name a price, or they pay the price. The words hit like a gut punch. Mason's fingers shook as he typed, desperate. I'm not playing. Scared. Who's that? No reply. The figure in the chair shifted, a muffled groan escaping the hood. Mason leaned closer, heart hammering. The video quality was shit, but something about the figure's posture, slumped yet tense, felt hauntingly familiar. Another message. Ominous. Look closer.
No way,
Mason whispered, shoving back from his desk. His chair squeaked against the hardwood. This was a prank. Had to be. Someone was screwing with him, maybe scraping his ex post for personal details. He typed, annoyed, nice try, I'm out. But before he could close the tab, a new message appeared. Urgent. Check your phone. Mason's iPhone buzzed on the desk. A text from an unknown number. A photo of his apartment building's entrance. Timestamp 2:38 a.m. Right now. His blood ran cold. He bolted to the window, peering through the blinds. The street below was empty, sodium lights casting long shadows. Another buzz. Another text. Ominous. Look behind you. He spun around, expecting to see nothing but his messy apartment. Empty pizza boxes, a flickering TV, his skateboard propped against the wall. But the air felt wrong, heavy. His laptop screen glitched, the video feed cutting to static, then back to the concrete room. The figure was gone. The chair was empty. Mason's phone buzzed again, a video this time. He opened it, hands trembling. It was him, filmed from behind, sitting at his desk, staring at his laptop. Right now. The angle was high, like from a ceiling corner. He whipped around, scanning the room. No cameras, no drones, nothing. His heart pounded so hard he thought he'd puke. The chat window pinged, menacing. You didn't name a price. Now you're the price. The video feed switched again, showing a live stream of his apartment door. The deadbolt clicked, slowly turning on its own. Mason grabbed his skateboard, backing toward the fire escape. His phone buzzed relentlessly. More texts, more photos. His hallway, his kitchen, his bedroom. The laptop screen flashed red, the words, threatening, running won't help, pulsing in sync with his heartbeat. He fumbled with the fire escape window, cursing as it stuck. A low creak came from the front door. He froze, clutching the skateboard like a weapon. The apartment was silent, except for the hum of his laptop. Then, a whisper, soft, distorted, like it came from the speakers. Distorted voice. Mason, you wanted real. The door swung open. Mason didn't wait to see what was on the other side. He yanked the fire escape window open, the rusty frame screeching, and scrambled onto the metal platform. The Seattle night was cold, the air biting his lungs as he clattered down the steps, skateboard tucked under his arm. His phone kept buzzing, each notification a jolt of panic. He didn't look at it. He couldn't. At the bottom, he hit the alley and sprinted toward the street, his sneakers slapping wet pavement. The city was asleep, the only sound the distant wail of a siren. Mason ducked behind a dumpster, catching his breath, and finally checked his phone. The texts were piling up, dozens, all from the same unknown number. Photos of him running down the fire escape, taken from above. A video of him crouching by the dumpster, time-stamped seconds ago. His stomach churned. How? There was no one around, no drones, no cameras. He muted the phone and opened Tor on his browser, hands shaking as he navigated back to Red Thread. The site was still up, but the chat window was gone. Instead, a new video feed loaded, a live stream of the alley, of him, huddled behind the dumpster, staring at his phone. Mason's breath hitched. He looked up, scanning the rooftops, the streetlights, the shadows. Nothing. A new message appeared. You can't hide from the thread. Below it, a countdown timer. 00:59:47 tab. The numbers ticked down relentlessly. Mason's mind raced, thoughtful. Was this a game? Short pause. A hack? Frustrated. Some psycho with too much tech and time. He thought about calling the cops, but dismissed it. What would he say? Sarcastic. I clicked a dark web link, and now I'm being stalked by a ghost website. They'd laugh him off. He needed answers. Keeping low, he darted across the street to a 24-hour diner, its neon sign buzzing like a dying insect. Inside, the place was nearly empty. A trucker nursing coffee, a waitress scrolling her phone. Mason slid into a booth, opened his laptop, and connected to the diner's Wi-Fi. He dug into X, searching for any mention of Red Thread. Most posts were vague, cryptic warnings from throwaway accounts. Urgent. Don't click it. Ominous. It knows you. One user, Deep Crawl, claimed they'd escaped by mysterious, cutting the thread, whatever that meant, before their account went dark. Mason's phone buzzed again. Another video. This time, it showed the diner's interior, the camera panning across the trucker, the waitress, then settling on him in the booth. His blood froze. He scanned the ceiling. No cameras. The waitress hadn't looked up. The trucker was half asleep. He typed into the Red Thread chat, desperation overriding fear. Desperate. What do you want? The reply was immediate. Ominous. You. Threatening. Keep watching, or they take your place. The video feed shifted to a new room, another concrete cell. There was no way. He called her. Straight to voicemail. Urgent, Claire. It's Mason. Cracked voice, call me back. Now. His voice cracked. The countdown timer was at 0:42:19. He typed, strained, let them go. I'll do whatever you want. No response. The video feed zoomed in on Claire's tattoo, the ink vivid under the harsh light. A new message. Name a price. Mason's mind spun. This wasn't about money. It was control, a sit game. He remembered Deep Crawl's post about cutting the thread. Maybe it meant disconnecting, going offline completely. He slammed his laptop shut, yanked the battery out of his phone, and stuffed both into his backpack. The diner's fluorescent lights flickered. The waitress glanced up, her eyes lingering on him a second too long. He bolted out, skateboard underfoot, weaving through Seattle's empty streets. The timer was burned into his brain, less than 40 minutes. He needed a plan, a library, a friend's place, somewhere to lay low and figure this out. His friend Tyler, a cybersecurity nerd, lived a few blocks away. Tyler would know how to trace this, maybe even shut it down. Mason reached Tyler's building, buzzing the intercom like a maniac. No answer. He checked the time, 3:15 a.m. Tyler was probably passed out. Mason banged on the door, glancing over his shoulder. The street was empty, but the hairs on his neck stood up. He felt watched. Finally, the intercom crackled. Groggily, "Mason, dude, it's 3 a.m. Tyler's voice was groggy, desperate. "Let me in, man. It's bad. I'll explain." The door buzzed, and Mason took the stairs 2 at a time. Tyler's apartment was a mess of monitors, cables, and empty monster cans. Tyler, bleary-eyed in a hoodie, frowned as Mason spilled the story. Red thread, the video, the texts, Claire. Disbelieving. "Dude, you clicked a dark web link from an X thread. Are you brain dead?" Tyler booted up his rig, a custom-built beast with 3 monitors. Thoughtful. Sounds like a targeted attack. Maybe a rat, remote access Trojan. They could have hijacked your webcam, scraped your data. Shrilly, "Then how do you explain the alley, the diner?" Mason's voice was shrill. He plugged his phone back in, showing Tyler the videos. Tyler's face paled as he watched the live feed of Mason in the diner, time-stamped minutes ago. Muttering, "This is next level," Tyler muttered, pulling up a terminal. Determined, "Let me scan your devices." He ran a diagnostic, his fingers flying over the keyboard. Analytical, "Your laptop's clean, but your phone's pinging a weird server. Looks like it's routing through a VPN, maybe Tor. I can't pin it down." The countdown timer reappeared in Mason's mind. The chat window popped up. "Welcome back, Mason." Tyler froze. "I didn't type your name." The video feed switched to Tyler's apartment, live, showing both of them hunched over the monitors. Mason's skateboard slipped from his hands, clattering to the floor. The door to Tyler's apartment creaked open. Mason's heart slammed against his ribs as the door to Tyler's apartment creaked open, a slow, deliberate groan that echoed in the cluttered room. The glow of Tyler's monitors cast jagged shadows on the walls, and the red thread video feed still showed their apartment, live, unblinking, with Mason and Tyler frozen in frame. The countdown timer in Mason's mind ticked relentlessly. 0:29:12. "Who's there?" Tyler shouted, grabbing a heavy flashlight from his desk. Mason clutched his skateboard, its grip tape rough under his fingers, ready to swing. No answer came, just the faint scuff of footsteps in the hallway. Tyler's apartment was on the 5th floor. No fire escape, no back exit. They were trapped. The red thread chat pinged. "You can't run from the thread. Name a price." Mason's eyes darted to the screen. The video feed shifted, showing the concrete room again. Claire was still there, bound to the chair, her UW hoodie stained with sweat. The second figure was gone. The empty chair tipped over. A new message appeared. "One paid, one left. Your move, Mason." "Paid?" Mason's voice cracked. "What does that mean?" Tyler was already typing, his fingers a blur as he tried to trace the site's server. "It's bouncing through too many nodes," he muttered. "This isn't just some script kiddie. It's military-grade encryption." The footsteps stopped. A shadow loomed in the doorway, humanoid but wrong, too tall, too still. Mason's breath caught as the figure stepped into the light. It wasn't a person. It was a silhouette, like a glitch in reality, its edges flickering like bad CGI. Its face was a blank void, but Mason swore it was looking at him. "Tyler, get back!" Mason shouted, raising the skateboard. The figure didn't move, but the monitors flickered, the red thread feed cutting to static. A distorted voice crackled from the speakers. "Name, A, price." Tyler yanked the power cord from his rig, plunging the room into darkness except for Mason's phone, still buzzing with notifications. He glanced at it. A new text. A photo of Claire, her hood removed, eyes wide with terror. Below it, a single word. Hurry. We need to cut the thread, Mason said, voice shaking. That X post, Deep Crawl said you have to cut it. What does that mean? Tyler, pale and sweating, fumbled with the flashlight. Maybe it's literal. Cut the connection. Go offline. Destroy your devices. He grabbed a hammer from a toolbox under his desk. Smash your phone. Now. Mason hesitated. His phone was his lifeline. Photos, contacts, everything. But Claire's face on that video, the ticking timer, the thing in the doorway, it was too much. He dropped the phone and stomped it, the screen cracking under his sneaker. Tyler swung the hammer at his monitors, glass shattering in a spray of sparks. The figure in the doorway flickered, like a video feed losing signal, but it didn't vanish. It stepped closer, its void face tilting. The air grew heavy, like a storm was about to break. Mason's ears rang with a low hum, the same sound from the red thread video. It's not working, he yelled, backing toward the window. The figure raised a hand, not flesh, but a shifting mass of pixels, like a corrupted file come to life. Tyler grabbed Mason's arm. The site's not just on our devices, it's in the network. We need to overload it, crash the server. He scrambled to a backup laptop, booting it up. I can DDoS the Onion address, flood it with junk data, buy us time. Do it, Mason said, eyes locked on the figure. It was inches away now, its presence suffocating. The room felt smaller, the walls closing in. Mason swung his skateboard, but it passed through the figure like smoke, the board clattering uselessly to the floor. Tyler's fingers flew across the keyboard, launching a script to bombard the red thread server. The figure froze, its form glitching harder, chunks of its body dissolving into static. The laptop screen showed the red thread site stuttering, the video feed of Claire lagging. Mason's heart leapt. Maybe this was working. Then his phone, shattered on the floor, buzzed. Impossible. He knelt, hands trembling, and saw the screen flicker back to life, displaying a new message. You can't cut the thread. You are the thread. The timer hit 5-0. The figure lunged, its pixelated hand clamping around Mason's throat. It wasn't solid, but it burned, like electricity coursing through his skin. He screamed, thrashing, as Tyler shouted, "It's crashing! Hold on!" The laptop sparked, smoke curling from its vents. The figure's grip loosened, its form disintegrating into a swarm of black and red pixels that swarmed the room like insects. Mason fell to his knees, gasping. The laptop exploded in a burst of light, and the figure vanished. Silence. The air was normal again, the hum gone. Tyler, panting, checked his backup phone. The site's down. 404 error. It's gone. Mason didn't trust it. He called Claire again. Voicemail. "We need to find her," he said, grabbing his skateboard. They raced out, ignoring the shattered tech and the lingering smell of burnt circuits. Claire's apartment was a 15-minute sprint across town. The whole way, Mason's mind replayed the video, the figure, the words. You are the thread.